Good morning. It's actually not morning. It's Sunday night. But I'm going to paint something so that it dries overnight for tomorrow. And see if I don't like it a little better. So what I'm going to do... Oh, I probably should have changed my waters. My water's probably filthy, actually. I'm sure it is. Where's my little paint plate? Huh. Where's my paint plate? Oh, I know. It's right here. I just haven't. All right, I'm gonna make some brown. No, I'm not making brown. I'm making kind of like a tan. These are dry gouache, but they come back to life. I just haven't used them in a while. I'm making tan and brown, a very light brown, cream. I don't know if I have any brown. I can make brown, I'm sure. Hold on, let me grab some paint. Didn't think this through. And actually, maybe I won't use a brush. I might use like a credit card. All right, I have Buff, Buttermilk, Snuggly, Teddy Bear. All of which are very, 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 very old. In fact, this one may not even work. Oh, it might. Okay. But I'm just going to pour a little bit of each in here. Not very much of that. Ooh, it's like caramel sauce. See? There's not much of a difference, but there is a little bit, especially between these two. This is creamier white, a really light brown. But I want to make a neutral background, but have it kind of how some of his backgrounds, him being Rex Ray, are a little bit, what's the right word? Like brush strokes through them. And see what happens. So there's a little bit of texture. But not a whole lot. I probably should have put some paper around here. Now you can see now I've never made a painted background for this journal. Directly painted onto the paper. So we shall see. Plus you can see some of like where the glue stick showed up here. Not sure if that's good or not either. Plus it's making the paper curl a little. But I want to get kind of like a first layer on here. In hindsight, this may not have been a good idea, but don't know until you try. Now, this is where I kind of want to have sections of color like that, brush marks, just like that. Kind of dipping my paintbrush in all three colors. I'll show you one of the pages where he does this. But you guys having me think about using a neutral background instead of black, just to experiment, made me think of this. Maybe I should add a little painted page. See what happens. Now some of the black is still visible. It probably will even be more so when it dries. But it's just a different approach to add different ideas for each page, kind of like a thesis. And we're going to wait and let that dry in the morning and see what it looks like. I'd like to see what my stuff looks like air dried more. I just like things dried by air, but I have extra extra paint here. Oh dear, got a little dot going here. But try not to just waste this paint. Here's a blank page. Oh, what a day. What a day. There's some really sad news about President Biden. It breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry. I got a lot of paint out of this. This is probably a mistake because it's got a lot of paint in the lid. That might stick it. Anyhow, we'll just see how that looks in the morning. Okay. I'll see you in... What time is it? Probably in like 12 hours. Because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning too. Bye! Okay, let's see what my paint did last night. I'm back. But if my stomach growls, it's not my fault this time because I have to go give blood. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, where's my book? Here it is. Oh dear, the pages are super curled. C. Jenkins. I don't know who you are. I just know you as C. Jenkins. Here's another one. I love color. I love color. Oh no. Let's go neutral. Page for you. We're starting with another neutral background that I painted last night. And we're going to just embrace it and see what happens. Some of I keep calling him X-Ray in my head, Rex Ray. Does have different neutral backgrounds, but it's also kind of a patterned. Ooh, I love this. But see how he did this? He was known for this kind of finish, and this is all paint. This is not wood. Paint. Oh, God, this is just gorgeous. But see, here's an orange one that has that, and a blue. That has like a wood grain effect, but it's paint. I love that. Ooh, that's another horizontal one. I love that. I need to do some of these. That bird is right out my window again. Oh, I'm going to do this right here, but in a neutral background and see what happens. Oh, I like this because it has like a pea pod shape, or like an open clamshell, and then it has a little tiny pod thing here and another leaf here. Oh, I like this. I like this. I actually like all of this. This too. This is more of a vine as opposed to just stems of flowers. I don't know if you could see that. The bottom one, this one. I like this shape. See, like this is the squares, and that's the outside edge. Theoretically. Maybe not this time, but that's what he does. There's more outside edges. These are outside edges. Okay. I like this a lot. Let's see if we can't do this. But do I want to do it vertically instead? I might. Just because horizontal doesn't really work with this back of this book and the fold at the same time. I did do a horizontal one. That one. Okay, we're going to try vertical. But I need some, believe it or not, I think I'm running out of bright paper. Oh, wait. Nope. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Even though it's Halloweenish colors, here's another good one. It's got white on it, though. I don't know. A lot of white space. Oh, here's another good one. Ooh, and this is sticker paper, which is even better. Okay. Let's see if we can find a couple more back here in the way back. I still can't find that piece of paper that I made. I think I stuck it in my journal. Now that I think about it, I might have. No. It's a very thick piece of paper that I glued a bunch of stuff to and then painted it. For the sole purpose of using it in this journal, and I can't find it. That's not it. Oh, there goes my stomach. Sometimes. Okay, let's just focus for a second here, lady. All right. these two can work as solids. All right, let's see here. Let's just start cutting some stuff out. And this shape is 3 pieces. So there's going to be some more stuff covering that up, I think. Okay, let's see. What if... Okay, here's a good one. I'm even kind of replicating some of the, at least, color families. A little bit. And I put that there and then put another color here, which might be I don't know if this is a good one. Maybe this. It's all an experiment. But they're not the right shapes. My cutting skills are not as good as I thought they were. But we're going to kind of let that ride for a minute here. This guy is still trapped, but I know I have some hearts in here. And this other shape is sort of like a heart. But, oh yeah, this is a good one. Well, sort of, not really. Okay, hold on. It's more of a teardrop shape, but a wide teardrop. Oh, there goes the dog and the husband. And then a stem shape. I apologize for the dog. He's fine. He's just barking at my husband. This is their little routine in the morning. Now this is a brown stem. My camera just clicked off. I don't like this brown against this brown background. These are not perfect, but I might embellish these a little bit. We're just trying to get the shapes sort of for right now. Now this, kind of is down here at the bottom, but it has a lot of little holes poked out of it. It's kind of like, it turned into lace. I've done these a couple times, but not a lot. I did, for those new people, I have been on a weight loss journey to prevent diabetes, which runs in my family, and I was borderline. And then I, all of a sudden, last year became it was now time to talk about it. And I was not willing to do that yet. So I went on a self-imposed diet. Basically, I just did a diabetic diet. And really, really strict. And I lost 30 pounds. In an ideal world, I would love to lose about 20 more. But I'm way off the spectrum. My doctor was like, what did you do? And I did not do Ozempic or anything like that. I've thought about it, but talking to different people, it's harsh on your body. And I don't know if I'm ready to be that dedicated. Plus, anyhow, it takes a lot longer than I thought it did. I thought you could just take it for a month or so, but you can't. I'm sorry for the dog. He'll stop. Oh, this is not working right. Okay. Anyhow, after going to my quilt retreat in March, which I was pretty good at, but I let myself be a little bit looser. I wasn't eating as much bread or the rolls at dinner and stuff as everybody else. Actually, I stayed away from them. But I did eat a couple desserts. One night we had ice cream sundaes that I just couldn't resist. And then my friend came in April, and I did not hold back there. I did hold back on some bread. I may have had a couple bites out of bread, but I didn't have a whole. Oh, see? That's 2 pieces on top of each other. I love that. That's different. Okay. And then so I had gained like 7 pounds back, and I was really bummed. But I wasn't tearing myself up. I'm like, okay, you haven't been completely dedicated. What do you expect? Blah, blah, blah. And got back on the exercise train and the walking train and all of that since we've been back from April. And I'm back down to where I was. So I'm back down to 30 now instead of like 23. But again, I would like to lose 20 more. Not completely harsh like I did, but I would still like it to go down a little bit more. Okay, now I have a bunch of green dots here, ready for something. And I need another one of these shapes, but out of different paper. Ooh, this might be a good one to do it out of. So I'm quite proud of myself for doing this. My doctor was very pleased. He's like, good job. He said, well, you're not even close to being on the spectrum now, or whatever they call it, borderline. I think I'm going to glue those down because they're wobbling everywhere. He said, I don't know what you did, but you did a good job. I said, I just completely went on a diabetic diet. He said, I mean, really strict. And he said, well, you did a good job. He said, I have a few ladies I would like you to talk to. I'm like, no. My biggest downfall is not bread, not rice, not pasta. It's Frappuccinos. But I've been making them myself for about a year now. Not to say that I don't have a real one. I will have a real one today after my blood work as a treat for no breakfast and just getting through it. I hate giving blood. Doesn't hurt, but I just, ugh. And I do have a thyroid issue, an underactive thyroid. So there's a lot of things working against me, as well as genes. My dad was a diabetic. My cousin's a diabetic. My aunt was a diabetic. All on my dad's side of the family. The thyroid comes from my mom's side of the family. Here's another little good shape. No. All right. Okay, there is another little shape in here that I kind of want to replicate. All right, I'm going to glue this down too. But like, I have a shirt that I bought in Vietnam on right now. And that was in 23. And it was too big. I mean, too small at the time. But it was the biggest size they make. Because everybody there is teeny tiny. And I guess they think their tourism is too. But it's not nearly as tight as it used to be. It's kind of like a bicycle shirt style, but it's from northern Japan up in the mountains. And it's really bright and colorful. And I just, you know, me, bright and colorful. Hello. You had me at bright and colorful. So I usually don't buy t-shirts anymore. Sometimes I do. But when you're in Vietnam, you have to. All right, where is the stem? Here it is. No. Here it is. No. Where's my stem? It was brown. I've lost it. It was right here. Okay, I think I'm going to work on this guy because it needs to be trimmed down a little bit in places. So it looks like I cut them correctly. And this goes here, but I think I'm going to, I don't know if I want that big word right there. Sometimes yes, but not on this one. That's too close to the other piece of paper. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Here's some green. Okay. My basket of papers invading my personal space here. Ooh, that's pretty. I think I did want it smaller though. Yeah, want a little bit of the pink showing, but not a lot. Okay, that's a neat shape there. I hadn't made one of those yet. There's several here that I haven't, all of them I haven't made yet. Still the same guidelines, but a little bit different. Okay, I love this. Love this. But I'm going to take some pink. wonder if I have a watermelon marker in these markers right here. Huh. Oh, what's this? I got to get rid of that little bit of white right there. It's not exactly the right color, but it's better than white. And maybe I can add like sections of this color here. Okay, that looks good. Never would have known it's not there. All right. Now, that's got me thinking. Can I maybe take some of this muddy brown and back it off a little bit? Not with that color. It's a darker purple. Yeah. Okay. That's good. But I still lost my stem. Oh, here it is. Okay. Now I'm going to move all this over because there's another little leaf thing here. So I think I'm going to glue these down. This might be a long video. Plus I have to watch my time. Again, seeing if the background works for me, and I'm thinking it does. It's got enough texture in it that it kind of really stands out. Okay, let's do a check here. All right, so I kind of have this shape, thought process. I have this little guy and I have a stem. Now I want to do this loopy thing here. But I have this. Oh, I don't have the squares and this. Okay, I need to cut out some squares. But I need to do that loopy shape too. Okay. Kind of like that. And then put some more color on top of it. This one. Okay, we kind of... Let's get a solid purple. Okay. Okay, my shape is not the right shape here. Still not the right shape. Okay, that's better. Okay. And I like that because this purple is bouncing off this purple. But I need another stem to go from here to there. That fit? Yes. Okay. some of the glue is not sticking because of this, depending on how many layers are on the paper and the acrylic paint. But that has white on it, and we can't have that, so let's fix that one. Okay, never would have known. All right, I like that. Now, I still want to do those squares somehow. Another one right here. I need to cut out a big shape, and then I need to go back in and cut out another one with the squares out of it. The negative space. Now put something over this. What color? Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know if that's going to work. That might be too close to this color. Ooh, this one's a neutral shape, but I might be able to jazz it up with mark. Oh, ooh, never mind. This one. Again, I can jazz this one up with markers too. First, I'm going to cut the shape, and then I'm going to remove the space, the TV screens. They look like TV screens to me. Okay, so now we have this. And then we need to, actually I could put them down on, no, I need to have that show through. Okay, let me see, let me draw these. I'm not sure I can do this on my own. It's kind of like a grid, but you're leaving some negative space. I know you can't see this. I'll show you. But on the back, I just took some lines, and those squares are what I'm going to cut out. At least in my head, it works out like that. This might be tedious. Well, yeah, so then you lay this on top, and you're going to get what's left. And if it's too close to the same colors, I might zhuzh it up a little bit with markers again. But I have to be careful with these markers because some of this paint stuff they may not like. I don't want to mess them up. Oh dear. I ripped it. But you may not see the rip once I glue it down. Hopefully I'm doing this good enough. I just kind of want to get the idea of it. Too bad I don't have a square hole punch. Okay. All right, now that's admittedly a little too close to the same families of colors, but I'm going to add more yellow in here. So this needs more yellow. But I'm going to do it with tempera paint sticks because I'm afraid of there's a lot of paint on this one. And they're super thick, so good results. And they dry pretty fast. Yeah, see, now that makes a big difference. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Okay. Lord have mercy. My desk is a mess. Now, cut this a little bit better. Actually need a little yellow right there too. Okay. They're not all connected with stems, so I think I can get away with maybe these guys without stems. Or maybe they can be each other's stems, kind of like that. Oh my. I believe I like this one. I don't know if it's the background though. If this would have popped a little bit differently on black, I'm not sure. But I at least tried it. And I think I might zhuzh up a little bit more. This needs a little bit more green. You don't have the right colors. You can always make the right colors. Tomorrow, we're starting with white paper. Yes, we are. And then I'm going to take pink. And I need to find a different container for these things. Huh. Is there no pink? Bright pink? I do have a small set. I wonder if I can use this watermelon color. I'm kind of going on the inside a little bit and highlighting these shapes. For better or for worse. I love the color on here. I'm doing some more. Everybody hold your breath. No screaming at the camera. I'm violating my rules, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna use Ooh, I like this turquoise color. They're pretty close to the color on the lids. Just that little bit adds so much. It kind of gives it a finishing touch, in my opinion. I don't know if this is the right color. These are very juicy. And you don't have to pump them. And the white's pretty decent too, which is my biggest nemesis, the white. There is no pink though. I don't want to do that color again. Maybe I'll do lime green. No, I want to do lime green around here. Oh, actually, this is a mint green, I guess. So far, it's going over this acrylic paint pretty well. Some of the colors are questionable, but it does pretty well. What color could I use that? There's a little bit of a teal in there. I use teal right there. I've lost the teal. Oh, here. Maybe yellow. There's a fluorescent yellow and a beige yellow and a pale yellow. This is the pale yellow. Oh, that's good. Okay. Just that little bit of color makes such a difference. It just does finish it off. Even with the beige in the background, which I don't hate because it's acting like a wood grain, sort of. Okay, that's it for today. I love this. You neutral background people, thank you, because it's a good idea. Oh, wow, that really is pretty, if I do say so myself. Woo! Thank you, Rex Ray, once again. Oh, yeah. Yes. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. I'm off to the doctor.